And crime and violence must stop.
Bless upon yourself, people. Bless upon yourself. Thanks for tuning in back again. Thanks for tuning in back again in a squad reaction of what happened a few hours ago. Just tripping in from the work. You understand? Hope everybody, is having a wonderful day. It is Friday, man. Crazy day of football yesterday in Jamaica. Now it's the on to international football, the selection, the press conference, and I must say, I watch it. I'm not agreed with a lot of the stuff, but you don't know everybody going to have their say on what happen when a squad release, press conference, whenever there's international duty and squad to name, it's going to be chaos around it where everybody going to have their own different opinions, and everybody opinions is valid. That's their opinion, that's how people think, and you have to just accept what people think, you understand? But them say 9 Jamaican Premier League players out of the 23, that's around probably between 35 and 40%. Yeah, just by between 35 and 40% of Jamaican Premier League players that in this squad. You will say, what happened, with Cavaliers over the two-legged of the game versus Inter Miami? Is it local players are on the rise? Yeah, they are that good for the international level to be at that next level in the squad against some of the elite players. Only time will tell. I don't like to write off anybody, but you don't know. We can criticize and analyze different players. But I want to make this video real quick, and I'm just going to get into it right now. The 3 goalkeepers straight up, no problem. No problem with number 1 Blake, Jamal Wade, as a second, and the third choice, as I've always said, third choice can always be a local player, someone that have very, very big potential. Chaka Davis, very, very good goalkeeper that at the JPL level have some potential where, if you get the proper training, if you go to the proper club where, they can develop him. And I think he have that potential where, he can go somewhere and have a decent career. He's not a world beater, but he's really good, especially kicking the ball, excellent, shot blocking, excellent. But Shaquan Davis is okay. The Fish Try Cummins, the main, the Christopher Ainsworth, the local players that in the defensive department, Ainsworth is the one that really, really stand out. I've said this, like, I would love to see Christopher Ainsworth in the squad, especially when a Gregley is out injured, struggling, with the hamstring injury. Only Amari Bell is the really fit center, fit wing back we have as on the left hand side. John Bell is there in Seattle. I like him as well. I like him. He's a very tough defender, I think. But when you compare with a John Bell and a Amari Bell, I think they are kind of similar. But the type of wing back that Christopher Ainsworth is, he's the modern wing back. Someone is really good at the ball, really good with the ball at his feet, really good with crosses. He's really good 1v1. He's really good defending. And especially, recovery, and his speed is excellent, so he have that potential where he can have a very, very good career. It's depend on who is behind him, who is marketing, who is his agent, and who is going to help get him that next opportunity where, he can actually unleash, to other foreign clubs and show, different sporting directors, different people out there that watching for young potential left back that, hey, Christopher Ainsworth deserve a looking, so no matter how good you are at times, if sometimes you don't get that opportunity, you have to showcase a talent, you're just going to struggle and just stay at one level. But Christopher Ainsworth, no doubt about it, really good. But the main, maybe we could have probably find somebody who is a direct wing back, but it's okay, it's okay, I'm fine with it. He's a good player, center half, right back, but majority of his time this season is at the right back position for Mount Pleasant. But Fitzroy Cummins are 27, one of the top 5 center half in the league. Mount Pleasant is, they are flying. Very good defensive record, the best defensive team in the league. I have no issue. Couple players out, as a coach said. Nana is unavailable. Oldgate is struggling with injury. Who else? Deshaun is out until he will return back after the international break. So we have a few space there where we could plug in. But again, man, Let me just run through before I want to get to what need to get to. So the midfield, the midfield. A lot of people have their say on Tariq Magee, which I'm agree with majority of their point that they said, hey, he's not having the best of the best Jamaican Premier League season since he returned with Veer, in January. I think when you look at his game where he played from just around the start of the Jamaican the USL until the end, he won the championship, and now I think dropped down to a slightly lower level from the USL of where he was coming from or where he was playing from. His performance dropped. Yes, his performance dropped. In an attitude with the player, I don't know, man. It just looked different. Something just seems different with me with Tariq Magee. Yes, he scored in his last game when Veer got beaten 2-1. Wembley Centre versus Mobile. He scored his second goal of the season, but something is different with Tariq Magee. His attitude, his performances just dropped to me. I've watched him in a couple of games. Every game that Veer played on TV, I seen him, I watched him, and he never really stand out yet to get man of the match of any one of those games he played. But if he get picked, I can't complain. He's a player that have something about him. It's just that when and how Steve McLaren will get that out of him. I don't know if it's Steve McLaren is the issue or it's Magee is the issue. I don't know, or if he's just not good enough. But I strongly believe that he have something in him that we really need, but he's yet to show it, just like how Leon is yet to show that dominance around the national team. But Bobby Reid will come back, Ethan Pinnock will come back in the defensive department. My main issues in this, the midfield, with the Sule Makala. Man, I don't know, man. I have no personal bias around Sule Makala, but I don't think going forward, at this stage, at this time, I don't think Sule Makala is really suit our profile of players that we're really looking for in the midfield. Yeah, I don't think, Cavalier have some very good midfielders. Center, some central midfielders. Portmore, I know Godfrey was one that I really like, but you see that he's on that next level. But why not give somebody from the U21 an opportunity, someone that can build with the group of players, someone that can build with the squad? Sule Makala have no future with this national team, and he will never get picked. Yeah, he will never get picked 18 months from now for that national team to go after the World Cup. If you pick a young player from that U21 or somebody out of probably from the under 23, I don't know, someone that in 18 months from now that you say have potential, you don't know where that player can go 18 months from now. Someone with a big potential. Give that youngster that exposure. And I just think that I'm not with the Sule Makala one. Anglin, I think he has something about him. But it's, the temperament of a midfielder, that hungriness, that brutefulness, that aggressiveness. Yes, he can be a little bit rational, make bad decision and bad thinking at times, but I think we do need that little physicality. We need that passion in that midfield, and he loves to play the football. So I think he's, Anglin is one that someone that can be around, because he have that potential where if a overseas club can look at him, I think he can play at the next level. But Sule Makala, I think he has passed his best. Sule Makala actually walking in the midfield for Mount Pleasant. Yes, he might be fit and the JPL standard, but when it comes on to the game that he played against Trinidad, he did not impress me. People said, yes, he have done a lot in the midfield, but he was just actually walking. He was actually passing the ball square and backwards. That's it. We need players that are going to move the football quickly to our attacking players, the more creative and flashy players. We don't have much creative player in that midfield. Aiden is not a creative player. He's the one that's going to settle the tempo of the game. So that is that, for the midfield. I think, Casey Palmer, I'm surprised Casey Palmer is there. Maybe I think he would have probably just bypassed this window, try to get fit, get back up to his physical presence. But I guess if they pick him and he want to come, that shows that the player willing to come and play for the national team. But Warner Brown, a player that I really like. I remember when last season, Warner Brown scored 1 or 2 goals for the campaign for Arnett Garden. I think that goal came against Waterhouse. And I was like, this player has something about him. It's just that he need to unlock something else, and that something else is finishing. Get the confidence in front of the goal, getting more of his shots on goal, on target, let the keeper work, and he have done that. Yet to kinda get the finishing product, really excellent to a prolific goal scorer where you kick 3-4 shots on target, 85% of those are flying in the back of the net. He's yet to do that, but he's a player that always finds himself in dangerous position. And you can't ask a striker anything else. You can't ask for nothing more than that. He's getting in that position. It's just that he needs to get the confidence in front of the goal. And Warner Brown, from 1 or 2 goals last season to 18 goals of the season so far, which I think he might score 25 goals of the season. Yeah, can he beat Rowan Nelson record? I don't know, but it's a long way ahead. But he's a good striker. But look, Bowser will be our striker going forward. Yeah, Bowser will be our striker going forward. Like, we literally have nobody in that department. Like, we literally dry in that department as a number 9. Yeah, that's why I'm saying that, if we're struggling to get number 9, quality number 9, why not just go to the youths? Why not just go to the youths? Go to the under 21. I'm yet to see my national team make the transition with players from the U21, the U20 or under 23, whatever you want to say. But the under 20 team that just played did so well. Hope we're looking at under 17 players. Was it that? I think the under 17 was the last thing that played there. Under 17, so pick a few players from there. Even the under 20, pick a few players, pick potential. Since we kind of have problem with midfielders, what about that kid that played in that U21 the other day? I think is Malachi Welch that played for Leighton Orient. Yes, a few times he got on the bench, for the first team, but most of the time playing academy football. But that player have potential. Why not work with him rather than going for Sule Makala and some of these guys? Some guys that this player over 30, you have no potential. He right now for the Reggae Boyz, have no future for the Reggae Boyz. What about a player like Welch? You don't know. Maybe a year and a half from now, 18 months from now, this player could be playing for a championship club. You just never know. Football, it's a funny sport where it only takes 5 months to change an entire career in football, But going forward, man, Bowser is our striker. Yeah, Bowser. And Steve McLaren. People, I'm worried. Yes, I'm worried about the quality of players that we have in the national team. We thought that we have a deep pool of quality players, but we literally don't, because we literally don't have a number 9 at this moment that different from Bowser, who have the experience scoring goals for the national team. I know you talk about Romy, injured, Javan East is in Israel. Someone that I think that probably deserve another opportunity, to be honest. Never really get that looking. I think he was playing in a crappy system. A system where Tapa Whitmore was just more favorable of defensive game, but I think probably can, I think if Javanese get picked, it's not the end of the world. This, as I said before, this was somebody that scored loads of goals, for his club team in Costa Rica. Someone that one of the best striker in this region, over the last couple of years. You understand, especially in Central America, But Bowser is overweight. Steve McLaren still talking about the presence of Mikel Antonio, about he's not available. Bowser should be leading the line. If we thinking about a 34-year-old that's soon to be 35 this year, I think in 2 months from now, Mikel will be 35. Someone that had a crazy car crash accident where he's trying to recover from his injury. if we're going to depend on a Mikel Antonio, yeah, I understand someone had played over 20 games for the Reggae Boyz so far, just around 5 to 6 goals for the Reggae Boyz. You know, he haven't been that prolific goal scorer that we thought we would have get in the first place. When you talk about Mikel, you only can bring up back memories that of what he have done. You know, the goal against US at the National Stadium, the World Cup qualifier, our first Copa America goal. I could be on probably the goal that he scored in the Nations League, the penalty. You know, so, but more of what you can remember of memories, he have not done a lot, you know. But if we're looking forward to Mikel to lead our line coming for the Gold Cup, going to the World Cup qualifier over Shamanikos, we should be banking on this player. I mean, he's not that player. Let's be real. He's not that player like a Jonathan David or a Raul Jimenez or a Santiago Jimenez. He's not that player. But if you set up the team, if you give him the opportunity, he can create damage. He can lead us to our World Cup, and that's what we want. But I'm just saying, if we're going to depend on a 35-year-old to lead us into the final stages of the World Cup qualifiers, we are in problem. And McLaren seems like he is a headless chicken walking at this moment. It's, you know, when I listen to the press conference at times, McLaren seems like he had no clue at times of what is going on with this player. You know, he just seems confused to me. That's what I'm getting. He's not persuading me to say, yes, the Reggae Boyz is in good hands, where that it's proper hands. Yeah, I'm going to back the gaffer. I'm going to rally behind, you know, the team. I'm going to support McLaren, but not because we going to support him. We cannot criticize or critique something that need to be critiqued or analyzed about. But McLaren seems like he's a little bit confused of certain players. Trevante Stewart is playing in Serbia. Trevante Stewart has scored, I think, 7 or 8 goals. It's Serbian league he's in. That's a league where a Honduran player just got transferred out. I think the transfer fee was 3 million to Real Zaragoza in the Segunda B, the second tier of Spanish football. This is where a lot of the clubs shop for cheap bargains. That was the same league that Jonah Fleming scored double digit in and went to UAE. Not saying Jonah Fleming's is a player that beat him down on the door, but what about even at Trevante Stewart, someone that was in Salernitana in the Seria A, you know, dropped down to a lower tier league in the Serbian Super League? Come on, try him. You know, you have Javan East in the Israel Premier League. Try him. Be flexible. At least 2 striker, but if we're thinking about and banking on a Mikel Antonio, because I know if Mikel Antonio did fit, maybe Warner Brown wouldn't get this opportunity, which he have big potential to go somewhere. But Steve McLaren, I'm not happy with some of, you know, of how he's analyzing the squad and how he's talking about players, you know. But Steve McLaren, in October window, you said about Jonathan Russell. Yeah, you said something about Jonathan Russell, that he needs game time. He needs to be playing first team football. From then until now, Jonathan Russell have been one of the best midfielder in the League One. Yes, we're talking about League One. He's available. He's not the best league, but look at the player quality. He is performing week after week in League One. What is the issue with Jonathan Russell? Is it that the player is not available? Is it that the player is having these personal issues where when it comes down to international duty, and he's not injured? His manager just got sacked the other day. He's not injured. And I just, before doing this video, I look at Barnsley report. They were playing Mansfield Town, I think. If it's not Mansfield Town, it's Macclesfield, but I think it's Mansfield. They were playing Mansfield, and Connor Orion, a former Premier League player, former Aston Villa player, will be the interim manager. And he did his press conference. He had never said anything about Jonathan Russell about injury. So the player there's nothing about injury. So I think, World Cup qualifier come, this squad is not settled as yet. This squad is not settled. It's far from settled. We still don't even know our best 30-man squad. There's a lot of things need to fix. We have the June window with the 2 World Cup qualifiers, and then we have a tournament. Maybe after the June window we can schedule some friendly. Depends on the time of, before the World Cup to get some games in. But if you look at it, when we're going to settle our squad to get into the World Cup qualifier? This is the other day me hear Honduras manager talking about the importance of having a structure, of having a very good squad to going to compete at the next stage in the World Cup qualifier, because it will be difficult to get out because everybody want to achieve the same goal. And I'm saying we are not even settled as yet as a group. We are not even settled as yet as an administration. Where is the scouting system? Where is the database that John Wall and Grimmy said that they said? Where is it? I can't see it. Like I'm kind of upset and frustrated with the national team, how the program is going. And I'm not upset because the 9 JPL players are in the squad. No, I'm upset with how McLaren is analyzing stuff around the squad, like he's just talking the football like a headless chicken, thinking about people to come and give him names that who is somewhere in the world so they can go and look up on him. Like, what is the work that he's doing off duty when it's not international time? Like, he talking about Y-Scout and all that. Yes, Y-Scout is a very, very good big data system, and it allows you not to travel a lot and save money and all allowance, but at times you're going to still need to travel. But we just cannot depend on the process of PICA of processing these passports of what they said with couple players that need to process, and the players that need to get documents from grandparents. We have to work with those on the sideline. We put those on the sideline and work with what we have. Where is the group of players? Where is the core? Like, where is that? Where is that system that we're working under? It seems like there is nothing, man. And I'm just worried. Like, I watched this interview twice, and I listened to his word. I look at his body language. I read sign language, and it's just come like he's frustrated himself, and he's a little bit confused of what's going on around him. Winning on the pitch don't just come from kicking the ball in the back of the net and qualify for World Cup. It starts from the lower rank. Yes, it starts from the lower rank. The people them that will wash the jersey, make them feel comfortable, make them smell good. Yeah, give the players them the right fit. Yeah, get them the right socks, get them the right tools. It's all start from down there and come right up to the gaffer. But I don't know, man, I'm just confused. You guys can let me know what you think, but I'm confused, to be honest. I'm just confused. Like, we're still running around with some players that we're not going to pick when it comes on to certain time. We're not going to pick certain players. So why work with them? No, why we're still pending with different players? Why we're still searching, looking around same way? It's just after two more window, and that's it. It is the big time, so we need the people them to do the job behind closed door to help get which other quality players need to get in, get them things as soon as possible to done, so the players them can come in. The start of the year, January, February, and this is almost the end of March, and we still not get over the line with a lot of process with quality players that need to come in and help this national team. When those players going to come in? Yeah, when a World Cup time, when players are trying 15, players are trying to understand, that player that come in for the first time, he might try to understand, that man, attitude, his personality is different. He might try settling at the group. Like, We need everything to settle. Everybody around us are settled. Everybody around us are settled. Even El Salvador, they are settled as a group. We are not even settled as yet. We still a scrap around and a look for players. Like, we should know exactly what we're doing at this moment. This is 2025. This is the last year before our World Cup. And I'm frustrated. But, people, thanks for watching, the Morning Sada Extra. I didn't do no Morning Sada. I was so tired. But, yeah. Just tell me what you guys think, in the comment section, man. Really appreciate it. It's a long video, but I have to do that rant. Steve McCarron asking for people to give him names of people who in somewhere in Wonderland. He needs to do him research more, man. He needs to give the impression as if he's him have the understanding of what is going on around nationality. Like, man out there passionate about this. Yeah, the World Cup is in our backyard where a lot of people will have the opportunity to support the Reggae Boyz. People who born in Jamaica that live in the diaspora want that opportunity to go and watch the national team. Look at what happened last night. Yeah, them say Jamaican fans don't have any passion. Them can't sing. We just dead. And Messi come at the national stadium and Messi name a ring in the national stadium and a sing by the locals. So we need to get the football better. We need to get the program better. We need to have the players that we should have. We should have already. Like, everybody should have in the squad, and I'm not talking about the players that missing. And we should have an understanding of who is playing good and players that deserve to be in the team. Like, come on, like, people, I'm out. Bless up on yourself.